Let's see. Okay, that is strange. Okay. Didn't expect that. I got invited to an interesting Facebook group.
Oh, yeah? Dicks
person.
R Us.
Well. Wow.
Wow.
That is something.
I take it you're declining the invite.
No. Strange. Well, not strange. It's just a little different, if you will. I wasn't expecting that. Wow, this is wow. Whoa. Okay. So a couple months ago, I was propositioned by a person.
Oh.
Online, and she ended up being a trans woman.
Okay.
No, I didn't have sex with her. But she told me, and I'm like, oh well, that's interesting. No thanks, but thanks. I was like, I'm not into that, but thanks though. Yeah, she invited me to a trans group on, because I still remain. I was still like, hey, we can be cool. It's not an issue.
We can be pals.
Right. And she invited me to a trans group on Facebook, and
probably invited everyone that she knows.
Yeah, I guess. She
probably wasn't like, you know who's going to want to be in a trans group? Terrence.
No, I was just like, and I'm just like, whoa, okay, interesting. Wow.
Wow.
See, I'm not an asshole. I'm progressive, goddammit.
I remember the story.
Yeah, it was a shocker. It's very attractive. It's really fucking. It's wild. I told her she is what straight men fear. Like, oh, she tricked me because like you would never.
She got a dick.
In years, be able to tell. At all, it's really quite fascinating.
See all the fun by not being single,
right here.
Well, yeah. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Do you have a good pee?
Yeah, what is up with you? Yeah, you're yeah, I don't like this being so clear. Like, I really don't. I can see all the fucking
that Silver Spring Comcast that he's got out there.
I got Fios.
Yeah, I have Fios as well, but
that's why we coming in nice and clear, Terrence.
I've always had it, and this shit ain't never coming this fucking clear. This is
Mike,
I don't like this. I ain't got the best skin in the world. That's my problem.
Start digging up the streets. Get them in there.
Yeah.
If they won't come to you, you go to them.
Huh. I might have to. Goddamn money.
You still have cable?
Yeah, we ain't getting rid of cable. We ain't getting rid of that shit.
That's a shame.
It's just I know who I live with.
I was about to say Erica's technological
prowess,
or lack thereof, would not be.
It's not the best in the world. It's not the best in the world.
Until they stop doing local blackouts on like MLB.TV, I'm gonna have to fucking keep paying for cable. I gotta watch the Nats, man.
You can watch the Nats. I get to watch the Orioles still.
I don't believe you.
Oh wait, actually, that is the one. Never mind. That is the one that I'm missing. Is I don't.
Right. So I'm sure you can find a way to watch the Caps, but like.
Well, I get CSN on my on. I don't get Masson though. That's
no. I got it.
Fucking Masson. All right, let's get rocking, rolling here. What the fuck?
I'll just read my stories.
That's fine. Well, I guess you have a multitude of stories that you have to go through. So, but you have help for that. So we made a call to the bullpen. Brought in the
me.
So
only just 2. I only see 2 stories. Oh, the Nintendo Direct as a whole.
5. Oh yeah, he is the Nintendo Direct as a whole. I'm sorry. So
okay, all right, I am ready.
Okay. What is up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of the Dense Pixels podcast. I am your host, Brad, joined by my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
Terrence.
What's up?
And because it is a Nintendo-centric episode, when we get down to top stories, we have, of course, brought on the Nintendo expert herself, Carrie.
Hello, it's me. Here to talk about Nintendo. It's been a good week. It's been a good week for Nintendo, actually.
It has been a good Nintendo week. We will have to save that until later in the show. Before
That's fine.
Anything, we have a 5-star review that Micah can read.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, I forgot the protocol because we haven't had a 5-star review in a while. So thank you. Thank you, Bob.
Nahara.
What is it?
Nahara.
Bob Nahara from the United States.
I think it's Nahara. It might be Chihara. I haven't taken a Japanese in a while, so sorry, Bob.
Bob says, I love the show. I am textbook stereotypical Japanese, so I grew up on a lot of video games.
Your name is Bob?
I mean, that might be his American name. I went to school with a girl named Grace, whose real name was like, it started with X and then just like went downhill from there.
Or, chances are this is someone who has like a Japanese family name and then an American mother.
There you go.
Or I had a friend named, his name was Young, and when he moved to what the fuck is that place where all the Asian people move to in Maryland?
Silver Spring?
No, the other one. No, in Baltimore. In Baltimore. Catonsville? Not Catonsville.
No, Catonsville is right, because that's where the H Mart is.
Yeah, but it's a specific part of Catonsville.
Ellicott City?
Yes.
All right.
Moved to Ellicott City, he changed his name to Kevin. I was like, I don't know you as Kevin, nigga. Your name is Young. Fuck off. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Bob says, I love the show. I am textbook stereotypical Japanese, so I grew up on a lot of video games. I would love if you sprinkle in every now and then references of older video games from 1990 to 2005-ish in your jokes. My sweet spot of video gaming. Micah's comment about just naming game titles straight to the point like game cracked me up. FYI, Puyo Puyo literally means blobby in Japanese, so looks like Sega had preemptively accepted Brad's comment.
Very good.
Anyways, keep up your hilarious work. Dense Pixels Psycho, which means is awesome. Thank you, Bob. Thank you very much.
And we are textbook stereotypical racist, apparently.
I mean,
Bob, I'm a black nerd. Being a black nerd, I'm predisposed to liking everything Japanese.
How many times have you Naruto run in your life?
I have Naruto ran a few times. Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes, I have. When I was younger, yes, I have.
Yeah.
When the fuck did Naruto come out? When you were 26?
Well, it's not
Naruto. Okay, so Naruto, for my frame of reference, Naruto was first getting popular when I was in like early middle school.
So 26?
Like 22 for you guys. Because I was like 11 or 12.
Okay, no.
Well, look, Naruto running, it didn't originate with Naruto. Like you ran, like Blade did it. Blade did it when he was running up that hill. And he had the sword.
With his arms behind him.
Yeah.
No, I never did that shit.
I don't believe you.
No, I believe it.
Believe what you want to believe.
I believe it.
I like that look. Nah.
I don't think Terrence had a childhood. I think Terrence turned like 6 and then he's like adult. Like that's exactly.
He grew up a fully formed 40-year-old man, which is weird because he's not 40.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Well, thank you for those 5-star reviews. In case you didn't get Micah's shade he was throwing on the rest of you slackers, get him in here, and we'll read him on the air. So
We like Bob.
yeah,
Bob is awesome. Bob is psycho.
Sugoi.
let's see what we do.
All right, can we move on now?
We can briefly talk about Digimon story,
Digimon.
Cyber Sleuth, Hacker's Memory.
It's a lot of syllables for one game, I gotta tell you. Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory. It is the side story to the original Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, which came out 2 years ago on the PS4. It's good. It's very much more of the same as far as the Cyber Sleuth story and that setting is concerned. But like it plays just like a really good turn-based JRPG where you have the ability to customize your party, which means I lean very heavily into characters from my favorite season of Digimon, but the game allows me to do that, so that's fun for me. I wouldn't say it's not quite as lengthy as like a Persona game or something like that. Like I know I'm nearing the end of like the main story of this now, and I'm like 30 hours into it. So like if you were to play Cyber Sleuth and then Hacker's Memory back to back, which I 100% suggest you do, because Hacker's Memory's biggest fault is that it doesn't stand on its own separate from the first game. But yeah, no, I totally, recommend that you do that, even if you're only tangentially interested in Digimon, because like they're just good games. So
Can I say something? I guess this is on me for not paying attention, but I thought that there were commas in between a few of those things, and I thought you played 3 games called Digimon Story, Cyber Sleuth, and Hacker's Memory.
No,
really did
it's
not
all
know
one
that was
game.
one game.
It's one game.
Wow.
Oh my god!
I've also been playing another game with a obnoxiously long title called Radiant Historia Perfect Chronology.
Let me ask Micah's question for him before he asks. Did Square publish these games? The answer is no.
No.
I think so from the titles, but
No. Digimon is Bandai Namco, and Radiant Historia is Atlas. If you didn't play Radiant Historia when it first came out on the DS, definitely pick it up, because it's probably one of the best RPGs I've ever played. So it's really good, and you should play it.
you still have your 3DS with a thin layer of dust sitting on top of it right now.
Oh, where is it? I think I have it. Bam! Bam!
Nice.
Oh shit!
That's why I got it in gunmetal gray, so you can't tell that there's dust on it.
Well, fortunately for you, there's a lot of great stuff coming out for 3DS, which we'll find out later on in the episode. Spoilers, not actually that much. We will move on from there. Check out youtube.com/densepixels. Subscribe to that channel. When you go there, click the bell icon so you get notified whenever new content gets published to our channel. We post this podcast in video format every single week on there. We also post 2 clips every Monday that you should share with your friends and tell them why they should listen to this podcast. It gives them a little bit of insight on how awesome the show is. And then ideally, they subscribe and watch every episode. That would be awesome. We also
And then give a 5-star review.
Yeah, and then give a 5-star review. See, it all works in conjunction with each other. So again, youtube.com/densepixels. If you have not signed up for TNP Studios premium content, you are slacking and missing out on all sorts of really fun stuff. Go to densepixels.com/premium to sign up today. It's $5 a month or $50 for the entire year to get access to our premium shows, which include the Airing of Grievances, the Look Forward Political Podcast, No Time to Bleed, which actually Micah and Jay by themselves reviewed Blade last week, and The Men with the Golden Tongues, which myself and
That's
Mike
not true.
reviewed Spectre. You were there as well?
Yeah, I was there.
I did not listen to the episode, so I'm sorry.
Okay, well.
Way to go, Brad.
I mean, to your credit, Brad, he was there eventually.
Okay.
Mm.
So maybe I
Yeah.
just listened to the beginning of the episode, and that's what happened there. But yeah, lots of good stuff. And again, a reminder for you Men with the Golden Tongue fans, check out the survey that I posted in the Nerdpocalypse fan group a little bit ago, rank the James Bond movies for us so that you can help us make the initial rankings for our James Bond March Madness tournament that's happening later this month. It's going to be awesome. Last but not least, this show and all the other TNP Studio shows are also now on Spotify. So if you use Spotify for your podcast, you can check us out on there. The whole TNP Studios family is there. If not, Google Play Music, Apple Podcast, any podcatcher that you choose, but we're also now on Spotify. So that's an option for you as well. So new releases. It is a big, fat week with a lot of great ton of games, but none that will be impactful, really, in any way, shape, or form.
No.
We will go through them all. Burnout Paradise Remastered comes out for $39.99 on the PS4 and Xbox One.
That's
if you'd like to play, you think I agree with you, actually.
That should be a $20 game.
It is in 4K HDR, though, if you have a PS4 Pro or Xbox One X.
Okay, so it should be a $25 game.
I mean, check it out if you want to play the best Burnout game ever again, but I cannot buy it because I will not support EA from this point forward, so it'll be a hard pass for me, dog. The 25th Ward, the Silver Case, I don't know what this game's about, doesn't matter. Armello, which was a board game, video game that came out that I've played, it was okay. But that's out on disc format now. Beast Quest, a novel series that apparently is like 100 some odd novels in 3 years or something like that, now has a video game that's coming out, so there's that. The Devil May Cry HD collection, which previously released on the PS3 and Xbox 360, is available for Xbox One and PS4 this week. Hakuoki Inu Blossoms is a Japanese game. It's out on PS4.
That's a visual novel.
There you go. So Pure Farming 2018, if you want to get your farm on and your farming simulator is not good enough, apparently Pure Farming will be. The Raven Remastered, this is a game that takes place in England in the 60s. I don't really know what it's about, except it looks like it has a guy from the Court of the Owls on the cover of the box. That's great. Surviving Mars, if you wanted to play The Martian, the video game, that's exactly what this is. So those are your physical releases for this week. Digitally, there are 2 games that I've chose to highlight. The Council for PS4 and Xbox One, and this is from the description that is for the game. It is, quote, an episodic game like no other. That's all they really had to say in the description for this game. I can't tell you what it's about.
That's fine.
And then the other game coming out is a very strange mismatch of licenses. Tesla versus Lovecraft for PS4 and Xbox One, which appears to be a top-down shooter of some kind, where I'm assuming you use Tesla inventions to fight Cthulhu monsters.
So, pass.
For some reason, I was thinking about the car company.
Elon Musk tries to save the world from fucking apocalyptic biblical creatures.
Yeah, like Cthulhu riding around in a $60,000 car or some shit.
There are also a ton of new game announcements for the week, and I just realized that I put one of the docket stories inside of the wrong section. So while I fix that, let me copy paste as you're getting to see behind the scenes. Fun times. Sony announced a God of War themed PlayStation 4 Pro to launch alongside the game. You know our feelings on themed consoles, but I suppose if you were going to get one, this would probably be one of the better ones to get. At least this one has the front of the console that actually looks significantly different.
I mean, for the sake of a series like God of War, which has been kind of a big deal for Sony for a long time, and you know, I guess this is something where for people who are fans of God of War and maybe haven't, you know, made the jump to a pro yet, this is probably a good enough deal to make that happen.
It's $400, comes with the game as well. So if you're going to do it,
it looks ugly.
Well,
to each his own.
Is it white?
It's gray.
It's gray.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't hate it. I can't abide by white consoles.
Look, it's better than the fucking Star Wars game that they put out.
You're not wrong.
Ubisoft has formally announced The Division 2 is coming probably sometime next year. More details will come at E3, so we'll talk about that then. Call of Duty Black Ops I has been confirmed by Activision
I hate this. I know that they did it so that they could have the symmetrical logo, but I hate this. One, do we really need a fourth COD Blops?
It's their most popular franchise.
I guess. I feel sorry for GameStop employees who are going to have to deal with, yo, got that COD Blops? You got that Blops? Because that's what I had to deal with.
I'm like, no, I don't know what that is.
I feel bad for the youth of America who will now think that the Roman numeral 4 is 4 dashes.
So
Yeah.
that is
the only way that they can redeem this is if Black Ops 5 is the 4 tick marks with the slash through it, like tallies.
Yeah, like a kill streak.
Yeah.
You know,
Because
I bet
that'll
you
work.
planned out for that for the 2021 release for Black Ops. I slash. But the full reveal for that game is happening May 17th. It is releasing on October the 12th. I know what you're thinking. Not releasing in November. Why is that? Well, turns out they probably want to beat Red Dead Redemption 2 to market. Otherwise, very few people will buy, or very significantly less people will probably buy their game when it comes out.
That makes sense.
I feel like the Call of Duty crowd is going to purchase their game regardless. I don't give I don't know if the Call of Duty crowd and the Red Dead Redemption crowd are going to overlap each other too much.
But I think there are enough casual Call of Duty players that also casually would be getting Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Redemption rather.
Because it's a Rockstar game that plays like Grand Theft Auto.
They'd be like, oh, there's so much to do in this game. I don't need to worry about getting Call of Duty right away. So yeah, your hardcores are going to get it no matter what. But it's the casual people they want to make sure they rope in for that 1 week.
Yeah, they just want to make sure they're not splitting that audience.
I agree. It's gonna who's gonna get the shaft here? It's gonna be fucking Battlefield, whatever it is that's gonna come out this year.
There's a Battlefield coming out this year?
Allegedly there is. Like a main Battlefield.
Neat.
I know you're very excited.
Personally, yeah, just overjoyed.
Yeah, can't wait for Battlefield Hardline 2.
If that's what it is, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
I know Visceral's dead. Remember, they're not around anymore. So
yeah, that's right.
That was their game. Days Gone has been officially delayed into 2019, which is fueling speculation that The Last of Us 2 may actually release this year. What say you?
I forgot Days Gone was a thing.
Me too. I saw it on the docket and I was like, wait, what was that? Which one was this?
That's the other Sony zombie game that's coming out.
Yeah, the one that looks like that has the character that looks like Joel from the Last of Us.
Yes.
There does not need to be two of those games.
What if it's all like a secret marketing ploy and they're all in the same universe, right? Like what if it's like The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead?
What if The Last of Us 2 has the subtitle Days Gone?
I don't think it would make
Is this a prequel?
I
don't know. It didn't interest me at all when I first saw Days Gone. It just looked like I thought it was The Last of Us 2 when they first showed it.
So did everybody else. So
yeah,
if you were really excited to play your World War Z Sony shooter, that's not till next year now. And then this news will actually make Terrence pleased. State of Decay 2 has an official release date, May 22nd, coming exclusively, of course, to the Xbox One.
Yeah, the first one was very fun. It was just missing multiplayer. Now it has it. And it looks better. It should be really fun. Can't wait. It doesn't sound like it, but I can't wait.
Will you still be playing Monster Hunter when that game comes around?
Yes. Honestly, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It's a very real possibility if they bring out DLC.
I got on to play some Iron Banner, and who did I see toiling away at Monster Hunter World? But
I'm stuck though. I can't reach level 50 because I can't beat this bitch ass Karen. I can't. I've tried with 4 people. I've tried by myself. I've tried with 3 people. It's got attacks that will take you out in one hit, and it's like a weird kind of like thing where it lays attacks on the ground, but it telegraphs them. The problem with that is every goddamn weapon in the game is so clunky. You really don't have control over your body in certain issues. So when it fucking lights the lightning that will take you out in one hit, if you're in the middle of a swing, you're fucked, and it'll kill you. Fuck that bitch.
This is why I don't play Monster Hunter.
Like I almost deleted it off my hard drive. I'm serious. It's fucking driving me crazy because you have to beat this character to reach level 50. I'm stuck on 49 right now.
And the game is just telling you no.
And the game is like, go fuck yourself, beat this. But then when I beat it, I'm probably gonna like jump up to level 60 something because it like continues to keep your score for all the other shit that you do, but it just locks that level until you can beat this character.
I don't like
just
that.
Like it did for 29. Like it locked level 30, I think. It locks 15. It has like little milestones that it locks where you have to beat one like really powerful monster at your particular level to unlock the rest of the levels. So I'm stuck. I've been stuck for 3 days. I can't fucking beat this bitch, and I'm really getting angry just thinking about it.
Getting tilted.
Yeah, angry. Okay,
that is the slew of new release announcements and everything else for this week. So let me pass it to Terrence with our headlines.
Yeah, first up, so Trump decided he wanted to have a meeting with the game industry. Apparently it happened on the 7th or the 8th of last week.
It got swept in all the tariff announcement because
this fucking administration is so fucked. Whatever. So yeah, he shows a sizzle reel of just violence in video games, and he says, "This is violent, isn't it?" Like, well,
wow,
yeah, jackass, it is. But that doesn't necessarily cause violent people. Yeah, the video game industry was like, "Fuck you, no, suck my dick." Like, yeah, we're here, but like, what are we doing here?
There have been studies after studies after studies showing that there is no causal relationship between video game violence and real world violence. There's barely even really a correlational aspect to it because video games are so prevalent as a form of media today. It's not like a niche thing like it maybe was 25 years ago. You know, everyone plays video games. So the fact that, you know, someone who shoots up a school happens to play video games and plays video games that they've sold 5 million copies of, it's like saying, oh, well, this guy watched the Super Bowl last year. Like, there's something everyone fucking does. So I get really fucking turned when people try to link video game violence with real world violence, because it seems like such a cheap way to try and find an excuse for something when clearly the root problem is elsewhere.
Yeah, I just find it
we've been well so many times. I don't think he's ever touched a video. I don't think he's ever touched a game controller in his life. I don't think he's watched a movie. A lot of things I don't think he's done. I think he's retarded.
Can I tell you that on the list of attendees, I was upset that Barron Trump wasn't invited. He would have saved us all.
He'd been like, look, you don't even know I exist. Like,
he would have been like, shut up, Dad.
I love that this 90-second sizzle reel, half of it of the games shown are military games.
Right.
And like 3/4 of that are modern US military games.
Right.
Right. Yeah, this is all Call of Duty. Well, what is that?
Gee, the video games that seem to be glorifying the military also happen to be exceptionally violent.
I wonder why.
Basically, the ESAs and ESRB stances, especially upon seeing the video, they're just like, yeah, those games aren't supposed to be played by children, but parents let it happen. Idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I worked at GameStop for 4 years. Every time I sold an M-rated game, particularly one that was like really heavy on like either sex or violence, I'd be like, "You're aware this game is rated M for blood and gore, intense violence, strong language, this, that, and the other," aka all the things that they put on the fucking back of the boxes.
I got time to read
and
that.
and 75% of the time, a parent buying the game for a young kid would just be like, "Meh, yeah, whatever. He plays all the other stuff, so So it's the parents' fault."
So
You know, it's the same thing with like R-rated movies.
nothing
right?
will happen from this, by the way. Like there's been no calls for anything to happen further on down the road here.
Right.
I just want to point out, so the ESA released a pretty boilerplate statement. The ESRB released a pretty boilerplate statement. The International Game Developers Association, not so much. Not so much. So they tweeted out later, I'm quoting here, "Let's be blunt on video games and gun violence. We will not be used as a scapegoat. The facts are very clear. No study has shown a casual relationship between playing video games and gun violence."
Causal. Sorry.
Right. Yes. Sorry, you're right. Making video games or any form of media a scapegoat for consistently refusing to even consider the reasonable, rational firearm restrictions Americans want and deserve isn't fooling anyone.
Yep. They're not, and they're not wrong. They're absolutely not wrong. This was 100% a response to this sort of grassroots groundswell of a movement to place stricter restrictions on firearms, as there fucking should be, by the way. So instead, you know, Trump met with the NRA and was like, "What if we talked about video games? What if we talked about video game violence instead of talking about guns? What if we did that?" And so that's what they did. And then they also stopped talking about guns. So, gee, I wonder why they decided to talk about video games for a fucking day and a half.
Right, like what was
They're not fooling anyone.
What did the master negotiator think was gonna happen? Like video game companies would be like, "You know what, you're right, let's just stop making games."
Yeah, like shut up.
I don't want to make any more money, so I'm just going to stop making these games that make us $1 billion fucking dollars every year. That sounds like a great plan.
Like, what was his like what like
Well, we talked about last week. He said before the meeting that he hopes maybe they'll put like a rating system like they have in the movies. Or
again.
Wowee! What a fucking idea. It's not like we've had that since 1996 or
Again,
earlier.
I don't think he's ever watched a movie or played a video game in his life.
No.
I don't think
'Cause he
he's ever
doesn't know
negotiated
things.
anything in his life. Like, what was the point of this meeting?
The ESRB was founded in 1994.
Right, because of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
And the other game, which I always love to point out to people, God, what was it?
Pit Fighter?
No, it was
Remember that game?
no, it was the
Man, you must
The-
really love
it was
pointing
the-
it out to people.
yeah, I know. I'm completely blank. No, it's the one they just did an HD remake of it. Night
Yeah.
Trap. Yeah, Night Trap. People
Oh,
were
yeah.
freaked out by
Oh,
Night Trap
goodness.
because it had girls in 90s. And my favorite thing about Night Trap is that it helped cause the ESRB to come into formation. And then when they did the HD remake, it was given a teen rating. And people were so upset about it 20 years ago, only for it to get basically like a PG-13 rating, which I think says a lot about where our society is now compared to where it was 20 years ago.
The Family Guy Simpsons things, right? Like when I shouldn't say when we were kids, when Micah, Terrence, and I were children, Simpsons was considered extremely risque. But then compare that to like
Family Guy,
for example, and it's
or even like South Park.
yeah, that too. That's another good one as well. The last point we'll make is Micah. He's the deal maker, but he couldn't even negotiate a non-disclosure agreement with a porn star correctly.
Right, yo. Come on, man.
She's like, look, I'll give the $130,000 back.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she's.
Let me talk.
I'm pretty sure it's not going to come from the news organization who gets to run this story exclusively. Pretty sure that's where that money's coming from.
Well,
She's like, I'll give it back. I'll get it back, but you can have it back if you want. Let me get these fucking interviews out. Talk about how small your dick is.
Maybe she has a lawyer that'll loan her the money, taking out a home equity loan. whatever it was.
Yikes.
Gross.
So.
That whole situation just makes me sick to my goddamn stomach. Like, need better standards, woman. Where are we at? Next up, Valve is making and shipping games again. Fine. Good. What is it going to be? Half-Life 3?
Yeah.
No, that's
Valve
not
founder
going to happen.
Valve founder Gabe Newell said the company, which hasn't shipped a new full-size game since 2013's Dota 2, is back in the business of making and shipping games. Its next game is called Artifact, and it's supposed to be released this year. What's it, a card game?
Yeah, I think so. Because it's being developed with Richard Garfield, who created Magic. So
that doesn't count.
I mean, I don't know. It's certainly something worth paying attention to. I don't think Richard Garfield has ever put out a game that wasn't successful. So they're calling it sort of a digital card game a la Hearthstone. So, and it's based on the universe and rules of Dota 2. So it's a Dota card game that will probably play a lot like Magic.
Well, he did have an input on that one digital game, Soulforge, that I talked about many years ago. I
don't remember that at all.
Well, it's because it doesn't exist anymore.
Was that on your Ouya?
It was a Kickstarter game. The game was good, but it just didn't. They didn't really. I think Hearthstone coming out did not do them any favors either. But it did probably not really. They didn't quite get it right with the digital side of it. But I would trust Valve to do considerably better.
Well, plus, I mean, this year is the 25th anniversary of Magic the Gathering, so I'm sure you're going to have sort of a built-in interest with, Richard Garfield's doing something new on the 25th anniversary. Even though WotC doesn't have anything to do with it, you might have people just sort of be inherently interested.
I don't know, because Magic nerds just kind of play Magic.
That's also true.
They play Magic online. They have online versions of Magic the Gathering. Terrence is a huge fan, as we found out previous episodes.
What happened? What are you talking about?
That MTG Xbox game that they put out.
Yeah, I did play for about 2-3 weeks.
Yeah,
so it was fine.
It was fine.
Yeah. I enjoyed it for when I played it, and then I just never went back to it.
Sounds about right.
I don't have the next story opened up. Hold on 1 second. Next up,
Diablo.
Oh, Diablo 3 is or is not heading to the Switch. Whatever.
It's the rumor.
Who cares?
I care.
I care. I would love to play Diablo on the subway.
I would only care if my character was transferable, which I guarantee
it won't be.
Yeah,
I mean, of course. So this is Blizzard tweeted this cryptic image of a nightlight of Diablo's face being switched on and off, and they were like, "Oh, what are we doing here?" Just no context to it whatsoever. So everyone's like, "Oh, they're gonna port this to the Switch because why wouldn't they? That seems like a fucking fantastic idea." But it hasn't been confirmed yet. But apparently, inside sources are saying that it's actually happening. So.
What's the price point for you, Brad, to buy this?
Well, again, if I can't transfer my character, there is no price point. I will not buy it at all. If I can transfer my character, if I can share data between the Switch and the PS4 version, $30, I would get it.
Isn't everything on BattleNet? Can't you upload?
It is, but that doesn't mean like I can't get an Xbox One and log in with my PlayStation character.
Gotcha.
Right.
So I don't think you're going to see transferring between families. So that's a deal breaker for me because there's no point. There's no sense in getting it because I don't feel the need to play it on the go like that.
Micah, for you, is there even a price point where you wouldn't buy it? If this comes out and it's a full 60, are you still buying it?
No, I'm not buying it if it's a full 60. I'd get it if it was 40.
Okay, that's kind of where I'm at too.
Yeah, I have an hour-long subway ride. I can get this done.
You can get a lot done on an hour-long subway ride.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I can't pay $60 for it. Not I think I've bought it like twice. I can't do it.
See,
Plus, the
like
game is always on sale now.
that's
You know
true. Like the last time I played it was when it came out, and my husband's then roommate bought it for the PS4, and so like we all played, and then he moved out and took it with him. So that was really the last time I played Diablo 3. So I would love for it to come out on Switch.
Holy shit! I just thought of something.
Yes.
You know the game they should be releasing on the Switch?
Overwatch?
Fucking Hearthstone.
That too.
Isn't that free?
It is,
Put that shit on eShop.
yeah, that would make too much sense. Get on it, Blizzard.
Yeah.
No, not Overwatch. You don't need Overwatch on the Switch.
You're probably right.
Yeah, the Switch controllers are good. They are not good for a first-person shooter.
Look, I only play Overwatch on PC, so
You know, Wozzying it up over there.
Brad, Doom Switch version has something to say about that.
I don't believe them.
I think what they have to say is
when Wolfenstein 2 comes out as well.
yeah.
Speaking of terrible controllers for shooters, Fortnite Battle Royale is coming to the
To mobile?
Yeah. What the What the
That
fuck?
seems bad and dumb.
I mean, PUBG did it.
Did
China,
they?
In China, they did.
Okay. I was gonna
How
say
the fuck does that work?
badly, I imagine.
I couldn't imagine what the mobile controls for fucking PUBG are. When you look at the console controls in
I couldn't, nah.
There's just on mobile. There's just a border of buttons around the entire thing that you can press.
Like usually, you have to get a controller and mount your fucking phone on something. There's no way.
That's dumb.
No
At that
fucking
point,
way.
like, why even bother? Just fucking get a PC.
Yeah. Or a console. Like, no, man, don't. Anyway, Fortnite is coming to mobile, and that doesn't. No. Have you ever tried to play anything on a mobile phone that requires more than one or two buttons?
yes.
Yeah.
Pain in
No.
the ass.
Oh,
No. Especially a shooter. Get the fuck out of my face.
Here's the best part. So apparently, mobile players, according to my old buddy Nick Chester, have the choice to opt into PlayStation 4 and PC queues if they want to on mobile.
Nigga, are you serious? Just chop your fucking hands off. Why would you put yourself through that heartache? You're not gonna, it's 1 out of 100. You are not, if you can win a match of Fortnite on a mobile device, you might be Jesus. And you're playing someone on a PC or a fucking PlayStation 4 or Xbox 360 or Xbox One. There's no fucking way. No. I refuse to accept the fact that someone would get that good on a mobile device. If you do, you have way too much time on your hands.
Or you're
There's
cheating.
gonna be some savants out there that are just steamrolling people on their fucking cell phones.
I can't imagine.
Their goddamn iPhone just fucking wrecking shop. Kidding. What do they call winning in Fortnite? Because I know on PUBG it's chicken dinner,
I don't know. I've never won.
sausage bake. They call it.
But yeah, apparently the weird thing about this game is I think this is the only game that this company gives a fuck about it. I think this is the only game that Epic gives a fuck about because it's making them so much money.
Give a shit about anything else in their catalog right now.
Right? They're like, it's Fortnite everything. They don't care about a goddamn thing. Like this thing is hit so big. So what are they gonna do when people start getting tired of it?
They will never be tired of it, Terrence. But the battle royale is the new thing, the new it thing. Hero shooters, fuck out of here. You've had your day. Tired.
Yeah, we'll see.
Battle royale now.
Granted, battle royale is something about it. It's really fun, but come on, man, you putting all your eggs in one basket.
I actually wait Cliff Blazinski's battle royale game that I'm sure is in development as we speak. He'll be late to the party fashionably.
Here's what I want to know from you guys right now
Mad when it fails.
is how many episodes do you go between mentioning Cliff Blazinski?
I have a sign behind me that you can't see on camera that is literally a days not without
Without a Cliff Blazinski incident.
Zero on the regular. I get worried we get like 3 or 4.
He's a
You gotta save Resident Evil, guys.
You got what now?
I remember a couple years ago, he's like, "Oh, I could save the Resident Evil franchise if they let me," and then they did it themselves.
No.
Hey, well, it's interesting that Capcom is making a bit of a comeback, right? They got the Resident Evil 7 or whatever the fuck one it was, Biohazard 7. Monster Hunter is the highest selling game it ever had, ever.
Good for
What the
Capcom.
fuck? Yeah, good for them.
I mean, here's the thing: give them 6 months, and they'll have shot themselves in the foot 3.5 times.
You're probably right. Yeah, like they did. They basically fucking gave up on Marvel's Capcom Infinite. That's a shame. Yeah, what else is coming out though for them? Not much. The DLC better be fucking fire. Anyway, what else is this? Playdead teams with Real Doll Maker for Miss.
What?
What's going on here?
What?
Teams up with Sex Doll Maker for $375. $375 collector's edition of what?
For Inside.
They're gonna give you a pocket pussy?
Yeah. Don't you play a child in Inside?
Yes,
Gross.
extremely.
But no, actually, what is this about? What's going on?
According to Jay, that's how you solve the pedophile problem. It's give pedophiles a bunch of little kids to fuck.
Here's what's going on. They're releasing a $375 collector's edition for Inside, and it includes a physical copy of Inside for PS4, Steam codes for Inside and Limbo, and other stuff. They have said, Playdoll. Woo!
Whoa. That's what it is.
We will not tell you what it is. Maybe it's what you're thinking. Maybe not. We can confirm that there are several items included, one of which is a PS4 game disc. The rest is up for speculation.
They're giving you a pocket
For
pussy.
$375? No, I don't I don't gamble. That's a real loot box. Like, what the fuck is that? You know, get out of my.
That's
I'm
not
paying
okay.
$400. You know? No, this should be fucking no. Government, get on this one. That's fucking crazy. But then again, if you decide you want to buy a $375 mystery box, good luck. Fuck. Nope. That's crazy. I'm sure it's probably like a little miniature thing that you play in the game or whatever. But
yeah,
I'm not doing that.
Both of these games were like body horror games, so it wouldn't entirely surprise me if they put some fucking weird, nasty shit in there. But also, who's going to pay $375 for potentially weird, nasty shit and maybe not something you can fuck?
I'm sure you can find someone.
I know, I'm sure there will be people, but why? It
is a good thing that Micah is in his mid to late 30s. Because young single Micah, this might be a temptation too much to pass up.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I was a younger man, I did price one of these things.
A real doll?
Yeah, just out of
curiosity. Like, real dolls are not that old. How young are we talking?
Yo, real dolls have been around since.
They've been around a minute.
Have they?
Yeah, they have. They've been around for a good long while.
No, I'm not going to
opening me a incognito window so I can look up when Real Doll was created.
And by the way, for those listening at home that aren't premium members, this is basically like a preview version of the airing of Green. This is the level of Micah stories that you're missing out on.
The current incarnation of the female Real Doll product was introduced in 1996.
Oh, okay.
So you could have been a lonely 18-year-old, and I
could have been a lonely 24-year-old.
Oh, buddy.
Who knows?
No one will ever know. I have to give credit where credit is due. This was written by Michael McWhirter on Polygon. And there's a terrific line in here talking about this package, and I quote, "Suffice it to say, if there's not something that's intentionally fuckable in the collector's edition, somebody screwed up."
This is true.
That is good journalism right there.
To be fair, I don't know if you've seen the new silver dolls, the ones that are like, never mind.
Do they move?
Now I'm
No,
open
they don't.
incognito window to see what exactly Terran is.
Like, well, they had them on like face. They were on Facebook for a hot minute as like the new real dolls that were anatomically.
That's
In
what
hand?
what today's gentleman likes, if you will.
I don't
Wow,
understand.
these
I
are
don't
fucking
understand the desire, like pocket pussy, whatever, fleshlight, whatever. But like, I don't understand the desire to fuck something that large.
And it
That
doesn't move. That's
Like,
fucking creepy.
right? Like, why do you want to fuck a dead body? Because that's what that is. You're just fucking a limp dead body that doesn't respond.
Well, you don't have a lot of options.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I feel like if you don't have a lot of options as a guy, you just kind of spend $3,000 on a fucking dead body.
There are other ways.
Yeah.
There are so many other ways to get off besides, right? God,
it's cheaper.
You way cheaper than paying $4,000 to have a doll that you gotta push around in a wheelchair if you're taking it out in public, like some of these weirdos have a tendency to do.
Oh no,
I'm kink shaming. I'm kink shaming right now.
That's fine.
This episode of Dense Pixels has it all. We've got
are we even talking about video
got
games?
sex.
Is it Thursday?
Fucking rail. This is very strange. So yeah, I don't know. So if you want to pay $375 for a real loot box, go ahead and do it. Fine, whatever. It's your money. Do what you like.
Didn't Borderlands do that at one point?
Did they?
Yeah, but they didn't charge you $375 and they didn't collaborate with Real Doll.
That's the part that's really bizarre. I mean, I guess their technology is great, but
their collector's box wasn't like a random assortment of stuff. Like you knew it was called a loot box because it was shaped like the treasure chests in the game, but you still knew what you were getting inside of it.
Ah, okay. I couldn't remember.
But yeah.
Is it?
You know what they're not giving you?
No, it's not it.
Geek Fuel. That's what they're not giving you because fuck them.
Yikes.
Yeah, I didn't forget. Bitches.
Well, technically, isn't like Loot Crate.
No,
well, they give you a theme.
It's not.
No,
they give you a theme
because they tell you ahead of time,
and they tell you kind of what you get.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crates
Straight the line there. Shut up. And last story. Kingdom Come Deliverance says stretch goal DLC is still coming. Wait, what the fuck is Kingdom Come?
No.
I don't know what this is. Why is Robin Hood in this game?
Well, so apparently it's got updated from what I originally did. This goes back to our stop backing video game Kickstarters credo that we have on the show.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Before you continue, female playable character and a dog companion are in the works for DLC.
But that's not all of the stretch goals though. So like they after this original story by Polygon came out, the devs were like, no, like we're still doing this and this. But then there's the rest of this shit on this list in this article that they are apparently maybe not doing. I guess it's up in the air.
The development is currently focusing on creating the best experience for the base game as possible for as many fans as possible, said Tobias Stoltz-Zwilling. You need to cut some letters out of your name. The public relations manager at Warhorse. There is more in development, including some of the KS. What?
Yeah, so they're saying we're working on some stuff and we don't know if or when it's coming out, which is not great.
Oh, they've achieved the dog, which is, what is that, $1 million? Is this money that we talking?
So Terrence here on
what the fuck?
On Kickstarter, the company set a funding goal. It's the minimum goal that they need to have to make their project. And then what they'll do to incentivize people to continue pumping money into the projects, they say, hey, if we get to this much money, we'll add this thing to it. And if we get to this much money, we'll add this thing to it. Those are called stretch goals. And like,
right,
so
yeah, I'm aware of that, but I'm looking at this stretch goals little quest board here.
yeah, so basically
the money amount.
They promised a lot of stuff, like a playable female character, like performance motion capture, like a tournament mode, whatever that is for Kingdom Come Deliverance, a dog companion. So they initially had said that they weren't going to worry about those things because the budget was very tight. And now apparently they're saying, oh, we're still working on the dog and the female playable character.
But they've achieved it already.
Well, no, that was the money that was raised. So like they achieved that much money on the Kickstarter. That doesn't mean that they
achieve that goal, but they're not necessarily beholden to giving people that thing.
Right.
Because of how Kickstarter works.
But I'm looking at this thing and this also stamped achieved.
Yes.
This is an image
of
what
are we talking about?
Stretch goal list from their Kickstarter campaign.
Okay, so they achieved those, so they're going to put them in the game, correct?
Or that's what they said they were going to do.
Yo, stop funding Kickstarters. Don't do it.
Stop funding video game Kickstarters.
Yeah, this is fucking and $101,200,000 of better voice actors. Who the fuck do they have now? Why do I want to play this?
Let me ask you a question. How shitty would you feel as
if you were the original voice actor? Like, get the fuck out.
Right. And
like
you
Peter Dinklage.
Like, oh, they could have gotten better voice actors if they had achieved a certain funding goal.
Right.
What the fuck am I?
And that's the last stretch goal that they haven't gotten yet for better voice act.
Right. And this is from 4 years ago, mind you, because this was funded back in 2014.
Oh, fuck off.
And the base game came out. Right?
Yeah, it's out because people were like were streaming it on Twitch, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I didn't watch it because I didn't whatever.
So
wow.
I think this is very much just another in a long line of stories about video game Kickstarters not necessarily going the way that people wanted them to. And I feel like the problem with video game Kickstarters compared to other type of game Kickstarters like card games or board games or tabletop RPGs is that by the time that like a board game gets to Kickstarter, they have basically a nearly finished product. They have a prototype. They know how the game's going to work. And the Kickstarter is basically, we just need funds to produce this and get it to market. Whereas a video game Kickstarter is, we have an idea.
Fund our dream, please.
Fund our idea. We maybe have a proof of concept, but we don't really have anything playable or anywhere remotely playable. We just sort of have a preliminary idea and maybe a cinematic trailer for what we want to do. And that's really the danger with video game Kickstarters is that you're buying into someone's idea and sometimes that what the person originally had in mind versus what is actually the finished product are not really the same thing.
Look, we've said it before and we'll say it again. There are much, much better things to spend your money on. For example, buying stuff on Amazon. And if you're going to buy stuff on Amazon with the money that you could have spent on video game Kickstarters, but foolishly or wisely did not, then you should go to densepixels.com/Amazon and use our Amazon link. Because when you do that, you pay the same low Amazon price, except you give us a little bit of that coin, a little bit of that scratch that you're buying your Amazon items with. And it goes towards hosting fees. It goes towards equipment, things that we use to keep the show rocking and rolling. So again, densepixels.com/Amazon. Thank you very much to everyone that uses our Amazon link. If you have not used our Amazon link, what are you waiting for? densepixels.com/Amazon and help support your favorite video game podcast.
One of the many reasons we have Carrie on is she is the resident Nintendo guru. And recently, Nintendo hosted a Nintendo Direct. Now, what we're going to do here is, Carrie, if you can click on the Everything Shown in Nintendo Direct March 2018 link, I am going to go down this list, and whatever you want to pontificate on, we will talk about.
And bottom to top.
Yeah, I feel like we need to go bottom to the top because that's sort of what it was.
Order of importance, we'll say.
Yeah. Yeah, or very much order of importance.
Excellent.
God damn, a lot fucking going.
It was a big
What you
deal.
missed, Terrence? I can't believe you weren't watching it live last week.
So this happened.
So I didn't even know this happened until the docket.
Yeah, this was on the 8th. So this was this past Thursday.
So first up, Hyrule Warriors, the definitive edition, gets a release date of May 18th. Are we excited?
I'm gonna pick it up. I liked it on the Wii U. And so this has all the extra DLC plus everything that was on the 3DS and more stuff on top of that. So yeah, I'll probably pick it up.
This is essentially Dynasty Warriors.
Yes.
With
But Zelda.
Link skin on it.
Mhm.
Yeah, Zelda skin on it. Okay. All right.
It is not okay. Much like you should stop buying video game Kickstarters, you should stop buying Dynasty Warriors games. You're literally playing the same game over and over again. Stop it.
Yeah,
That's-
I agree. Yeah.
I'm by this one. I don't play the regular Dynasty Warriors games, but like they're like, oh, you want to play as Ganondorf? And he's got 2 swords. I'm like, okay.
I mean,
Here's my money.
isn't it kind of different though because it's like a different property? You know
No,
what I mean?
no, it plays exactly the fucking same.
I mean, psychologically, like I know it plays the same.
Psychologically, yeah, it's a different experience because you're playing in Hyrule, but no, it's the same shit.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it's the same shit.
Yeah. Just a bunch of people. You know what? I was going to say something that might be construed as racist, but I don't want to offend my buddy Bob. So next up,
Oh,
Listener, all of a sudden I have to rethink everything I say.
next up, Undertale. Nintendo announced that the acclaimed indie game released on PC 3 years ago is
Yeah.
heading to the Switch eventually. What say you, Carrie? I mean, I'm sure you've played Undertale
have.
many times before.
I enjoyed Undertale a lot when it first released 3 years ago. I played it on PC. I played through it twice. I'm probably not going to get it on Switch unless they like really add a lot more content to it. I'm over it. Like I played Undertale. I had a good time. The music's really good, but I've moved on.
Little Nightmares is coming to Switch on May 18th. Carrie, what is Little Nightmares?
I've got no fucking idea. This shit looks gross.
I will feel this one. It
Okay.
is a like puzzle platformer game with a horror bend. So if you like Inside and Limbo, the chances are you may enjoy this as well. It's been out on PS4 and Xbox One for about a year.
I know I recognize that name. I did see it on Xbox One.
I don't like ghost shit. Is this ghost shit?
It is ghost shit, so you should probably stay away.
This is fucking-
Not playing this if it's ghost shit. Apparently, speaking of ghost shit, you can if you have the Pac-Man amiibo, you can play as Pac-Man, in
Right?
this
Or you can
nightmarish hellscape.
wear a creepy Pac-Man mask, basically, is what it boils down to. I was like, no thanks. No, I'm good on that. Hard pass, actually.
What a random bonus
Was it published by Namco?
question. I'll check on that while you guys are moving on.
Next up, Travis strikes again. No More Heroes. The return of fan favorite
It was
Grasshopper
published.
franchise, manufactured franchise, will encompass a total of 7 different game genres. No word on a release date. Are we excited? I'll get this. I like Travis and his douchey Ed Hardy-esque nerd like thing that he has going on.
Yeah, I liked. I didn't play the second one. I enjoyed the first No More Heroes a lot, actually. This seems like I don't know that I want to call it a mini game collection, but like it's 7 different shorter games that Travis and potentially a buddy, because this has co-op as well, sort of have to navigate. So I mean, it's a fucking Suda 51 title. It's going to be wacky. So it'll probably be good though, because I don't think Grasshopper manufacturers come out with a game where people have been like, this is awful. So
Yeah. There was I even like that game where like a flying piece of poo was like your sidekick or something like that, right? What was
I
the
don't
name of that
remember
game?
that.
I can't remember it.
What?
Next up, Dark Souls Remastered Amiibo. That's right. The highly anticipated Dark Souls Remastered is also getting an amiibo, a cute, cuddly amiibo.
I laughed so fucking hard when they showed this because one of my sort of predictions for this direct was that they were going to highlight some sort of Nintendo exclusive bullshit for Dark Souls Remastered, and I was correct. Solera Vastora is getting an amiibo of him doing Praise the Sun, and literally all it does in game is if you tap it, your character does the Praise the Sun emote. That's all it does. It's completely useless, which is so funny, but I'm 100% getting one because my husband loves Dark Souls. So I'm going to get like 25 of them and just bury him in them.
So I've never played Dark Souls.
I think when you do the praise list, I think there's a reason because it's the Solaire cult or whatever, and I think if you do it at certain spots in the game, something happens.
I think you're right.
Remember,
I haven't played Dark Souls because I like to have a good time when I play video games.
Yeah, that shit ain't fun first run through.
Dark Souls doesn't seem like a good time. I think he's like recently started over, because he's been talking about the Capper Demon. And I'm like, that seems like a shit time. Why would I want to do that? Why? I'm not trying to be mad playing a video game. So I'm gonna play Stardew Valley. I'm not gonna play Dark Souls.
What is the over-under on Nintendo releasing a total of 4 Solaire amiibos, each posing in the vein of Y, M, C, and A?
I don't think that's going to happen, but I appreciate the effort.
Next up, the South Park, the Fractured Butthole is headed to the Switch.
Very upset that I didn't realize what the fuck that was when I first heard the goddamn name of that game.
Really?
Highly upset. Yeah, the Fractured Butthole. Whatever, man. I don't laugh at juvenile humor.
I'm not into hearing words.
I'm just glad, I'm not going to buy this because I don't care for South Park at all. But I enjoyed that. This meant that the Nintendo Direct narrator had to say butthole on stream.
I don't like toilet humor. It's not funny to me. That's why I didn't get it.
I mean, at this point, it's like South Park has gone from toilet humor into aggressively kind of libertarian opinion holding, and I'm just like, a lot of it boils down to I don't like change, and I'm not about it.
I unfortunately did buy this game, and I'm very sad that I did because I don't like it.
Didn't you like the first one? Oh, that's why you bought the second one.
Yeah, that's why I bought the second one because I was like,
what's the difference?
I'll play it. Nothing. Nothing in terms of humor or story or anything like that. Gameplay is different, but in terms of gameplay, it's like baby's first RPG, right?
Right. It's a very simple turn-based RPG, isn't it?
Yeah, it's incredibly simple. It's not, and it's not worth it. You have to be a fan. And playing this game made me realize I'm not a fan anymore. I'm just too old. That's not funny to me.
Yeah, that's never been funny to me.
Right.
That's why I never found.
And I don't like when people fart in real life. Shit is fucking gross. Get out of here.
Some dude in my office was blowing it up around me today, and I was not happy.
Yeah, that's just not funny, man.
It's not funny. Get your fucking fecal funny shit out of my face. That's how people get pink eye. You going around spreading pink eye. Son of a bitch. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy includes the remastered versions of the first 3 Crash Bandicoot games. Will be released on July 10th. Feel free to not get that for me for my birthday.
Don't
worry. It's not good.
Don't.
People were excited about this because they thought it would be PlayStation exclusive. Apparently not. It's also coming to Xbox One. Obviously, Nintendo did not mention that fact, but It was announced afterwards.
Yeah. I thought this was funny because I was like, huh, they already talked about Dark Souls today. Why are we talking about Dark Souls again? That's all I heard last year after this game came out was that it was hard as shit, but like I might pick it up. I liked Crash as a child.
Crash 2 and 3 are fine. Crash 1 is a game that I'm not sure why it still is beloved as it is, because that game is not designed well. And I say that as a Naughty Dog fan. Like I love Naughty Dog. But...
So okay, like I went to the Crash Bandicoot panel at San Diego Comic-Con last year, and they had people who worked on the original game for Naughty Dog, and then they had people who had worked on the remastered trilogy for I guess it was Vicarious Visions. And it was interesting. It was hosted by Jeff Keighley, which was tolerable.
You know, before you get started, I don't think there's any better descriptor of Jeff Keighley than tolerable.
He actually like introduced himself because I was in the room really early and I was just sort of like working on my laptop, and he was just like, "Hi, I'm Jeff Keighley," and I was just like, "All right, like, hi."
What level of tightness were his pants?
Dude, I wasn't looking at his pants.
That's the one thing I can never forget about Jeff Keighley is he had like
he does wear tight pants though.
Entire world.
But yeah, it was interesting because the original Naughty Dog people who worked on the game, because that was the panel where they announced that they were doing the Stormy Ascent level for the trilogy. And the discussion of that level basically was like, we had done so many weird things to get this on this disc that like we realized too late that the Stormy Ascent level was too difficult. So rather than remove it from the game, which would have fucked up the code for the whole game, we just took out the entrance to it, and that was fine. So yeah, there's just a lot of wacky stuff as far as the original Crash Bandicoot is concerned, programming wise.
So what the fuck is a Stormy Ascent? Is that like some kind of iconic level in the series?
Yeah, so people were able to find it back in the day by using like Game Genie and shit. They were like, what's this Stormy Ascent level? Because it was a fully programmed working level. But it's brutal. And so yeah, they took it out of the game because they were like, this is too hard. Like, this is fun for us as programmers, as people who know where everything is, but this is way too hard for someone coming into it fresh. So
the reason we were all laughing is because while Carrie was talking, Micah sent a picture to our Facebook group showing the evolution of the Crash Bandicoot character model from 1 to 3. And it ended up being, so basically he gets more detailed, and now in modern times he is basically John Cena, essentially.
And you know how I found that? I didn't know what a real Bandicoot looked like, so I just Google imaged Bandicoot, and that image was like on the 4th row. So
amazing.
Does anyone outside of New Zealand, has anyone experienced a live Bandicoot before?
I still don't know what a Bandicoot is.
Well,
no clue.
Regardless of whether we know what a Bandicoot is or not, it's pretty clear that his time now.
I've never played these, but I cannot buy this game. I cannot condone this game based on the spelling of insane. Because it reminds me too much of a movie that called Insecure, in which the main character, instead of working out, airbrushed abs onto his body.
That happened.
Well,
They
that's the
clearly
thing.
did not have enough hustle, loyalty, or respect.
Next up, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which was originally launched for the Wii U, will soon be on the Switch. The new version includes new miniature courses based on various kingdoms in the Super Mario Odyssey game, and the game launches July 13th. Are we excited?
I'm gonna get this. I didn't play the first one, but I heard really good things about it. Literally, I don't think anyone who I talked to who played it was like, I didn't like this. Everyone who played the original Treasure Tracker was like really charmed by it. It's like a fun little puzzle game, basically, starring Captain Toad, and I'm delighted by Toad's little wah, wah noises all the time. I love him.
Blow
So.
my brain out.
Is Captain Toad in his voice the Joe Pesci of the Super Mario game?
I don't know. I think Yoshi is. But that's just me.
I saw something. I read a story regarding Mario and Yoshi. Did you know that when Mario is riding Yoshi and
he's punching him,
he's donkey punching Yoshi.
him. It's what he deserves. Actually, Yoshi's
God
the fucking
damn.
worst.
I mean,
Fuck
I'm all
you.
hating animals, but Jesus Christ,
Fuck Yoshi.
he's punching him in the back of the head, like, bitch, eat that fucking turtle.
Yeah, he punches him in the back of the head and then abandons him down a death pit. It's what he deserves.
What did Yoshi do to deserve such punishment? What's
Don't
know.
get me started.
I too am not comfortable with this level of on this podcast. I will not have my preferred pick in Super Mario Kart run down in this way.
Next up, Square Enix's RPG for the Nintendo Switch, Octopath Traveler, is an 8-character 2D HD journey.
Let me tell you something, Micah. Let me tell you, in the past week, I started playing the demo for this game, and it is legit.
It's fucking delightful, man. I've played
that's
the
all
shit
I
out
need
of
to
this
hear.
demo. It's real good. Here's my one lingering bit of doubt is I don't know if you guys played Bravely Default when Bravely Default was getting ready to come out. But like that was one where they had the demo way ahead of time, much like this, and you could play the demo, and it was a pretty lengthy demo. And I played the Bravely Default demo, and I was like, wow, I really like this game. And I pre-ordered the collector's edition because I was like, I love this. This is going to be so cool. I can't wait to play the full version of this. And then I got like 35 hours into that game, and I was like, I fucking hate this. So, because that was a game that it took a really cheap way to extend the game to an unnecessary length by resetting the world.
Yeah, I was fucking pissed.
I was so fucking mad. I sold it. Bravely Second came out and people were like, it's better than the first one. I was like, I don't fucking believe you. I'm not going to play it. So that's my one sort of like bit of hesitation with Octopath Traveler is because I was so burned by Bravely Default. And like, obviously they're not the same game. It's not the same team working on it. It's a different style of shit. I'm still going to get Octopath when it comes out, but maybe I don't get the collector's edition this time. Maybe I don't do that.
Micah,
what do you mean when you say they reset the world? Like they reset the game? Like essentially?
So like at the end, it's like there are these 4 crystals and you have to restore the light to them and whatnot in order to like prevent evil from coming to the world. So it's like you do that the first time and you're like, I'm only like 15 hours into this game. And then like you reset the last crystal or whatever and it just like it takes you back to the beginning and you're like, oh, what happened? And it's like the little fairy that guides you is like, gee, I wonder what's going on. She's the evil. It's her. She's a bitch. And so like you do that over and over and over again, and you have to fight the same 4 bosses over and over again. And
you're it's like Groundhog Day, dude.
Yeah, it's Groundhog Day, but a JRPG.
Fuck no. I remember that shit. I vividly, oh god damn, why'd you put that fucking evil back into my brain?
Bravely Default had a lit soundtrack though. The music in that game had some bops.
Yeah, I really like that game, but yeah, you're right, man. Oh god damn it.
I never finished it. I got to like the 4th world instance and I was like, fuck you. I'm done. And
that sounds like something I'd have done.
Nice.
That's one of the few times that I've like completely rage quit on an RPG that like I had that many hours into. Usually I'm like, I'm tired, but like I'm gonna finish it. This one I was just like, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. Fuck you, Square Enix.
This
But
is
anyway, I'm excited for Octopath.
this is the Final Fantasy VI sequel that you always wanted, Micah.
Oh, come on! Don't do that, Brad. Don't do it. Can I pre-order it now?
Yes.
You can?
Yes.
All right, that's what I'm doing. If I had my Switch up here, I'd do it right now. How much is it? 50?
Yeah, it'll be the full shebang.
You know, I think it's 60 when it comes out.
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
It seems worth it. The battle system is super intriguing.
Is
The job system that they talked about in the Nintendo Direct is really interesting. Yeah, it just I wasn't super sold on the visual style of this game when they first debuted it, but I love it
all the way
at this point. Yeah,
I'm
about it.
Why can't a Final Fantasy VI fucking re-release look like this?
Right? Yeah, Micah, the demo, it should be up in the eShop if you just search Octopath. It's a free demo, and you can get a couple few hours out of the demo just exploring and going between the 2 characters out of the 8 that are available.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Next up, Sushi Striker, Way of the Sushido.
It's a puzzle game.
Okay.
It is that while my wife and I were watching this Nintendo Direct, this was the game that got the biggest reaction from her. So I have a feeling
it looks cute.
Sushi game.
It's not my kind of game, but it looks cute
game,
and it looks well done.
Oh, okay.
So what type of what's the point of this? How do you play this puzzle game? Like,
It looks like you have to like match colors or match like
you match the sushis.
Yeah. And that
so it's like you have to collect the sushis down onto like your station basically and create like a stack of plates, and then like you shoot the plates at your opponent to cause them damage. So
okay. All right.
As one does is at a sushi restaurant.
Right?
Yeah.
Slightly more involved than your typical match 3.
Next up, Okami HD. Capcom is bringing it back. The remaster of Clover Studios' classic adventure game is coming to the Switch this summer.
Related story. I will finally be buying Okami HD.
I'm fucking mad, man. I got it on the PS4 for Christmas. I haven't even finished it yet. I got distracted by Digimon. But no, I'm a little mad that it's coming out on the Switch months later because I sure would like to play it on the Switch, but I'm sure as shit not starting over from the beginning. So guess I'm not getting it.
You liked Okami, didn't you, Terrence?
Yeah.
You're gonna pick up a Switch to get one?
I liked it a lot. I still like it. I've got it on the Xbox One. Very fun. I got like 20 something hours into the Xbox One version, maybe 30. I'm close to the end.
Next up, everyone's favorite polyp, Kirby, is back.
A polyp?
I mean, look,
that's rude. Kirby's a good boy, and he deserves better than that.
Kirby All-Star Allies is coming to Nintendo Switch March 16th. Really close. So you might want to go see it
this week. It looks cute. This was basically just a reminder of like, hey, this game comes out this week. And then they kind of previewed some of the extra characters that are going to be coming to the game. So it was fine. It was just like, hey, just so you know, this is out in like 3 days. So
Kirby never struck my fancy.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I was just at the right age. Because like
I think that was the bigger problem is by the time it came out, I was like, this looks like a baby game for babies.
It's me, a literal fetus. Here to play Kirby.
Next up, Mario's punk-ass brother is back in Luigi's Mansion. He, much like myself, don't like ghost shit. And but he is brave enough to go inside of a haunted mansion and play Ghostbuster, I guess.
Oh, is it a remake?
Yeah, this is a remake of the original one for the GameCube. A lot of people were like, why didn't they just do this on the Switch? But then you also have to consider the sequel, Dark Moon, was a 3DS game. So I'm not entirely surprised that they like put the original on the 3DS instead of putting it on the Switch, because now you can have both Luigi's Mansion experiences on the same system. I'm not going to play it. I don't really care for these games because I'm a weenie, and I also don't like to hear Luigi whine for a long time. So.
But you're okay with Toadstool or Toadman, Captain,
yeah,
whatever
no,
the fuck his name
extremely
is.
cool with that.
That's strange.
Toad's excited and he's happy to see you, and meanwhile, Luigi's a scaredy baby.
Yeah, all those goddamn noises that those Nintendo characters make is just unacceptable.
Speaking of noises made by Nintendo characters, Detective Pikachu is going to be fucking hilarious, because I don't know if you've seen the trailers for this, but he has a deep ass voice and it is so fucking funny.
Detective Pikachu is an upcoming action mystery film directed by Rob Letterman.
That is also a thing that's happening with Ryan Reynolds as the voice of Pikachu. This game is not that. This game comes out in a couple weeks on March 23rd, and it's you solve crimes with a Pikachu that speaks English aggressively well.
Wearing a Deerstalker hat.
Yes.
Huh. I'm just very curious to. I'm more concerned about the movie at this point as an entity, as something.
Same.
Because Van Wilder is going to be voicing Detective
Wow, really? Ryan Reynolds hasn't escalated beyond Van Wilder for you at this point?
Look,
you can't just call him Deadpool.
Look, I like Ryan Reynolds. I was a Ryan Reynolds apologist back when he was doing The Proposal. I don't want to hear anything about...
You like The Proposal because Sandra Bullock was in it.
And Ryan Reynolds. I really like Ryan Reynolds, and I want to have sex with Sandra Bullock. That's the perfect fucking movie for me. All right? So I would not have... I'm just joshing with the guy.
Uh-huh.
I'm a big Ryan Reynolds fan, which is why Detective Pikachu is even on my radar.
I don't believe you.
Detective Pikachu is a game coming out, and also a movie coming out in May. Mario and Luigi, Bowser's Inside Story, plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey is a really long fucking title.
Yes. So this was...
2010 release, I think.
Yes, it was, I think, the last Mario and Luigi game that came out on the original DS. So they're porting it to the 3DS, and then much like they did with, I think, Superstar Saga, where they added like an additional thing to it. So Bowser Jr.'s Journey is like a new mode and a new story. The thing about this that's really worthwhile is the fact that this isn't releasing until 2019. It's probably going to be very early 2019, but I think that's worth noting because that means Nintendo has guaranteed that they will be supporting the 3DS with new software into next year.
And this will be a delightful swan song for that system.
Yeah, probably. That's probably going to be it.
Next
up. Nintendo.
Huh? Yeah, I mean, you might as well check out, man, because the rest of the show is Nintendo.
Take a nap.
Dylan's Dead Heat Breakers. What the hell is that?
So Dylan's Rolling Western, which I never played, that was an eShop game a while ago, 2012. So now the character's back, and I guess people are excited about it. This game looks like a mix of tower defense and third-person shooting. So I guess fans of the character will probably be on board with it. But I think this is just another eShop release. I don't think this is getting a physical launch.
It's weird that the band that sang Come On Eileen is now getting their own video game here in 2018. That was Midnight Runner.
Dexy's Midnight Runners, I was going to say.
So
yeah, I'm black. I don't know what you're talking about.
I agree.
Right. Much like my LL Cool J joke, there's probably 3 people that probably. I'll need to hear from you to salvage my pride.
WarioWare Gold is headed to the 3DS. Nintendo called the collection the most packed package of mini games to date. A game jam-packed with mini games is the best type of game, according to the writer of this paragraph.
I don't know about you guys, but I love WarioWare, so I'm really glad that this is a thing. I'm a little miffed that it's on 3DS and not Switch, but whatever. I've got 2 3DSs, so I might as well put them to use. So yeah, I'm gonna play this. WarioWare is fun. Like, it's stupid fun, but it's fun.
And on, coincidentally, I guess, on the day that Luke Cage releases, June 22nd.
I'd love to see how you're going to tie these 2 together.
Yeah, go for it.
Luke Cage is black in New York. Mario was a plumber from Brooklyn. And black people and Italians don't like each other, according to Spike Lee. Bam.
6 out of 10.
The best. Yeah. Mario Tennis Aces will be released June 22nd on the Nintendo Switch. I haven't seen anything about this, but it's an arcade tennis game, and I dig those.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this. This is going to have a story mode for the first time since N64, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna play this. It looks fun. It looks one of those things where it's got like an easy learning curve, but it's got some probably pretty deep gameplay to it. The one thing that I'm really hung up on is the fact that Nintendo's going to be doing like online tournaments. And then they're going to have rewards like special outfits and bonus characters. And I'm like, if you motherfuckers are really going to lock bonus characters behind winning in an online tournament, fuck you. Genuinely. I'm not going to be happy if that's the case. Hopefully it's not, but
Nintendo trying to harden you up, trying to make you get good.
I'm not good.
And finally, the main event. Super Smash Brothers is headed to the Nintendo Switch, and apparently it is coming this year.
Yo. So I was watching this in the office pretending to work, right? And and like the teaser for this, which it came off of the DLC announcement for Splatoon 2, which for whatever reason is not in this article, but they're adding Octolings as playable characters. They're adding a full additional story mode single player. It looks really cool. And so they like spent all this time on Splatoon 2, and then they opened the teaser for Super Smash Brothers with the sort of standard Inkling boy and Inkling girl from Splatoon. But I'm like, they're in super high def. These guys look crisp. And they did a really good job to sort of fake people out a little bit. They were like, oh, that's it for Splatoon news. Oh, wait, we have one more thing for this presentation. And it's like more Splatoon for a minute. But you know, the Inkling girl turns around and the Smash logo is reflected in her eye. And I was just like at my desk and I'm like very quietly like, oh shit, Smash Brothers. But I hear a guy on like the other end of the office go like, oh, and I was like, ah, good. I'm not like the only person slacking off and watching the Nintendo Direct right now.
So rumor has it because Sakurai, is it?
Yes.
Is working on this game.
Masahiro Sakurai.
A new Smash Brothers and not just a deluxe version of the Wii U one.
I think it is. I'm kind of 50-50 on what I think this is going to be. I don't think that they would spend all this time on this big teaser this early in the year, which also, besides establishing the fact that the Inklings are going to be playable in this game, also showed Link in his Breath of the Wild outfit. I don't think that they would spend that much time doing that if it was just going to be like a deluxe version of the Wii U and 3DS games. But I don't know. I feel like it could go either way. It's entirely possible that ever since Smash 4 came out, that they've been building this up from the ground up because it's a first-party Nintendo game, so they've had all this time to work on a Switch version. But I don't know. I also wouldn't be surprised if they were like, it's Smash for the Wii U, but it looks better, and we got 12 more characters.
There you go.
So,
I feel like it's not going to be fully established if it's a totally new game until probably E3.
so before we get to question of the week, I will poll the table. I will say my most excited announcement was a release date for Octopath Traveler, and I was pleasantly surprised that it's only 4 months away. Carrie, what was your single announcement that excited you the most?
Probably Smash.
Mike?
Because it was unexpected.
You got me hyped for Octopath Traveler. That's probably the thing that I care about the most. And I didn't see enough of No More Heroes 3 to really, sway my opinion of it either way. So yeah, Octopath Traveler, then Mario Tennis I'm excited for, and then probably Smash. Only reason I'm not super hyped for Smash is that means it's one step closer to having to look at Smash at Evo.
And Terrence, your favorite.
What happened?
Terrence, you like to Smash, right?
Yes, I do.
All right.
So we great. I was expecting what to be the actual answer, so that's
what.
Exactly. There we go.
It was so much Nintendo.
Nothing you heard made you want to think about even entertaining the thought of having a Switch? If someone gifted you a Switch,
I said if someone gifted me a Switch,
which one of these games would you play if you didn't have to pay for it?
I don't remember what games you talked about.
All right.
We'll call it Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
We asked you all your favorite announcement from this Nintendo Direct. We also said if you don't own a Switch, has this Nintendo Direct pushed you over the edge? I'm going to fly through these responses. Maxwell says he can't wait for a new WarioWare game. Octopath Traveler is one of the main reasons he bought a Switch, and Smash is trash. Justin says none. Is that an option? There were things shown off he's excited about, like Octopath Traveler and Kirby, but none of the new information struck me as interesting. Ricky said that he does not know what a Nintendo Direct is still. He's still not buying a Switch yet. He doesn't have time for anything but Destiny 2.
Ricky, my dude, stop playing Destiny.
Dustin says Fallout 3 Remastered Double Fun Edition with Skyrim DLC. Carrie, what would you do if they release Fallout on the Switch?
I would hope that it would be Fallout 4 at this point, though I wouldn't be mad about an HD release of 3, though I would prefer New Vegas because it's the best one of those 3.
Either way, you'd play it again.
Yeah, no, regardless, I'm fucking playing it, absolutely.
Gustavo said he just posted a GIF of the Nintendo 64 Smash Brothers. So that is his most excited thing. And he also says R.I.P. Harry Kane. I'll wait and see the severity of the ankle injury before I freak out, Gustavo. Leonardo says I've been so excited for Octopath Traveler, and Smash is just icing on the cake. He hopes he can get a Switch by August, but he might wait until Black Friday. Malcolm says he doesn't have a Switch, but he is here to petition on behalf of his Quebecois friends, myself and Cam, that they deserve to be in the title match at WrestleMania, Canadian Justice. I wholeheartedly agree with you, sir. Cam says, I'm getting really excited by Smash this year, confirmed. Don't give a shit about those Splatoon chuckle fucks being added.
No, I love the ink
by the lack of Pokemon news. And he's upset that I did not take the easy laydown victory that he offered me at Fastlane.
I think there's going to be a Pokemon game this year. I think they're waiting until E3 to announce it.
I don't think they would announce that and Smash Brothers in the same.
No, they don't want to take the hype from one away from the other.
No, I don't think I don't think that Pokemon's coming out this year.
No,
I really don't. I really don't. Gaston says he's most excited for Smash, but he knew it was coming as soon as they gave the new system update to make GameCube controllers compatible. Really?
Yup, they sure did. They sure did. They made the thingy that they created for the Wii U compatible with the Switch. So good thing I've got one of those.
That controller's awful.
Let it die. Let it die.
Nah, I'm set. I'm good to go.
Terrible.
Let me and my baby hands have my GameCube controller.
Fucking science experiment.
Your baby hand shouldn't work with it.
These tiny hands.
Oh God, let that controller fucking die a sweet, sweet death in a giant fire. Anthony says Half-Life 3. I missed that one. Rashawn is still not getting a Switch. He's going to be on that fuck Nintendo wave forever. Terrence, why did you hack into Rashawn's Facebook account?
God, Rashawn, again, like, grow some taste, man. Stick to your PS4 and Xbox One. It's where real games are played. What games? What games does Xbox One have?
I don't even know what games Xbox One.
Get a PC.
I haven't turned my shit on to play a fucking game
I like how you
MVP.
about that real quick. I haven't turned it on to play a game because I'm right there with you. Last time I turned it on was yesterday to watch Jessica Jones.
Right? It's a Netflix machine for you. It's
I was watching
player.
Extreme Homes last night on fucking Netflix. It's a very good show, by the way. Some woman made a fucking house with like airplane wings. Pretty fucking cool.
Right.
Anyway.
Seth Magnum, and I'm using his last name because when you have a last name as cool as Magnum,
it's Mangum.
God damn it.
Mangum.
That just completely, you switch those letters around, it just fucks everything up.
I'm having a Micah day when it comes to he's looking forward to playing Dark Souls and of course Smash Brothers. Christopher says nothing really. Never cared about Smash Brothers. Was hoping for ported Zelda games like Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword. Captain Toad was fun though. Johnny says that he's happy third-party developers are beginning to have their games on the Switch. He refers to my and Mike's most look forward to games. Octo Toad's not Final Fantasy VI Traveling Adventure. And he wrote that wrong on purpose. He says just for you, Micah. And he is looking for the latest roster reveal for Smash Brothers, and he believes it's going to be John Cena, who would be very appropriate for that game, honestly.
Could you? I mean, could you imagine fucking John Cena and Smash? Yo, come on, yo. Now I want it to happen.
Giving everybody attitude.
I mean, we did campaign for Randy Orton to get added to Smash Brothers a couple of years ago. I think that we can maybe throw some stuff behind this as well. Chris says Super Motherfucking Smash Brothers. Trey is with you, Micah. He's looking forward to No More Heroes 3. Let's see here.
Amir's GIF is just a guy yelling "Smash."
Okay, I couldn't tell what the fuck he was yelling, but apparently Amir is very excited for Smash Brothers. And Mark says, as a non-Switch owner and part-time Nintendo hater, they continue to make great Nintendo games, but their characters are dull, and you're waiting for something fresh from them. Tired of Mario and the Nintendo gang. I need John Cena and Smash Brothers now.
Yeah, man. I can't unsee that now. I can't unsee it.
I need them to put this is Felix. Isaac somewhere up on my wall. I put Isaac back in Smash, please. He was an assist trophy in Brawl, and I was like, yeah, they got the music from Golden Sun back in Smash 4. Where's Isaac? Fucking nowhere, apparently. Just please. I want 2 characters. I don't give a shit about anyone else. I want Isaac and I want Princess Daisy.
I just picture John Cena's final Smash as just being a unskippable sequence of the 5 moves of doom. Ending with an attitude adjustment that bounces a character off the fucking stage, fly off the screen.
Like, what if during those 5 moves of doom, during the you can't see me, like a big ass hand just comes up in front of the screen?
That'd be fantastic. and I need this theme music to be just bravo out like in the background while that shit's going on. So, thank you for those responses. And that is our show this week. If you are not part of our fan group, you should go to densepixels.com/fans. We have a good time in there. And as Terrence pointed out, there's a lot of new members we've been seeing lately. So make sure you're one of them. If you're listening and not in the fan group, hop on in there. Leave us a 5-star review, much as Bob did earlier in the show. If you want to say we're psycho in the review, then You got it. We'll take that every time. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Dense Pixels. Subscribe to the show on your podcatcher of choice. We are all on Twitch as well. We have a show channel that's just Dense Pixels, and then I am Dense Pixels Brad. Terrence is Apparition 410. Micah is Dense Black Nerd, and Carrie is Sup It's Carrie. And so Carrie, thank you very much for lending your Nintendo expertise.
Absolutely. And now that I have the camera and the microphone set up at the house that I fucking bought because I'm an adult now, apparently, hopefully I'll be on the show more often.
Well, considering the glut of Nintendo games that are coming out.
Hey, I don't have to apologize for them anymore.
Even though on the regular roster, we now have 2 bona fide Nintendo experts.
Yeah, okay.
I have literally been playing Nintendo since you were in diapers.
Even before, honestly. Even before.
I was, but at that time, I may have been still playing Nintendo games.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, that's right. I always knew Nintendo was awesome, and I've never said a bad word about them ever, anywhere, ever, and you can't prove it.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah.
It's also a lie, but that's fine.
Well, that is all from us. We will talk to you guys next week. See you.
Bye.
All right.